What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going from downtown Los Angeles down to Irvine in morning rush hour traffic. So let's see how Tesla Autopilot on this Tesla Model Y does in the morning traffic and to see if it glitches on this morning's drive. So welcome back to the channel and thanks for watching another video and let's get into it. All right, so we just got onto the highway now, entering the 10. Yeah, entering the 10. I'm still getting used to the California highways. I more so drive on highways without necessarily recognizing what highway number it is. I just drive on the highways and I know, I try and just figure out if I should just go this way or that way. All right, so I just got into the left lane. I'm going to throw it into autopilot. You heard the audible noise confirmation. It's set to cruise control speed setting of 25. So let's go ahead and increase that up to 70. Hopefully we won't run into too much traffic. It is like 9:13 a.m. and we're going about 41 miles all the way down to Irvine. It should take us about 45 minutes, which actually isn't too bad. Sometimes it can take upwards of an hour, and we should arrive by 9:58 a.m. In terms of the battery, it's at 73% on the battery, and we should arrive with about 59%. So that's 14 percentage points to go down, which is about for 40 miles. So actually that seems pretty low. That's like 2 point something miles per percentage point. Typically on the Model 3 is about 3 miles per percentage point, but I guess because of this car's size and maybe weight, it's just a little bit less efficient with battery and energy consumption. Increased speed to 66 miles an hour now. We're just following this Toyota Mirai in front of us, just staying in this lane. The highways go to the right, so we probably need to change one lane over, but that's a little bit later. In terms of this camera angle, I still need to figure out, right now it's facing directly at the rear view mirror right now, and so I can see directly in it, which is probably not a good vantage point for you guys. I probably need to push it to the little bit right over here, and then that way you guys can see a little bit more visibility of the windshield and the cars around us. Going about 58 miles an hour now, and the nag timer just went off, so I just went ahead and hit the left scroll wheel. I do need to get into the right lane now, so I'm probably gonna wait till these cars come on from this off-ramp over here and then make a lane change to the right. Tesla's braking a little bit there, just trying to, I guess, pace this car in front of us. Okay, so the right lane is going a little bit faster, so I just threw it out of autopilot, made the right lane change, increasing speed a little bit now manually, and then throwing it back into autopilot. In terms of the conditions out, 69 degrees or just turned 70 degrees, pretty cloudy or a hazy day. It kind of looks clear, but then there's clouds in the sky. I guess haze or smog in the sky, but definitely sunny. We might have some issues coming into this next area, and especially the construction area. So we'll see how the autopilot systems or the cameras do in this next area of the highway. A little bit of braking there from these cars in front of us. This glass truck slowed down with the truck in front of us. So we slowed down to about 41 miles an hour. Slowing down a little bit here. Tesla hasn't closed this gap in front of us. It's increasing speed now to 45. Nag timer just went off, so I just hit it again. It's slowly closing this gap in front of us. There's probably 5 car spacing in front of us, or 5 car gap in front of us. Now that car in front of us just went out of our lane, and now there's a truck in our lane, so we're closing the gap a little slowly. Entering onto the 5 now south, hanging to the right a little bit as we merge to this other highway here. This car's on the left side coming up. A little bit of braking from Tesla Autopilot as we merge with these cars in front of us. There's a little bit of traffic coming up here. There's some braking in front of us. This semi-truck is braking. The left lane seems to be going faster, but it actually is slowing down as well. There's a couple trucks up here. Definitely a lot of cars in this area. Tesla's braking to a complete stop at 2 miles an hour. Now it's just inching forward just a little bit. I wonder what's going on in this lane. These cars all around us seem to be going a little bit quicker, so maybe we should throw it out of autopilot and go into some of these other lanes. We are crawling through traffic right now, just steadily inching by going 5 to 4 miles an hour. And our ETA has definitely increased now to 10:02 a.m., about 4 minutes later than it was before. Increasing speed now to 15 miles an hour, just pacing this truck in front of us. The right lane seems to be going quicker, but I haven't. Trying to see if I should make that lane change on my own or not. Seems like it's going a lot quicker, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it out of autopilot and then try and make the lane change at some point. All right, seems like I got some space. Just threw it out of autopilot, made the lane change. Going to increase speed manually and then throw it back into autopilot. Looks like this truck was going a little bit slower as expected in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Going to make the left change back into the lane and then probably get into this left lane once more and then throw it into autopilot. Increasing speed now to 75 miles an hour, even though we probably won't hit that speed. Just increasing a little bit to close some of this gap in front of us. In terms of what version this is version 10.2 2021.4.18, and this is the latest version as of the time of this recording. I think there's another update that actually just rolled out or has been seen on kind of the Tesla update ecosystem, but I haven't got the notification just yet. I don't want to be following this truck, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it out of autopilot, make the left lane change, and then I'll probably get into the left lane again as well. Increasing speed now to 69 miles an hour, and then I'm going to throw it back into autopilot. This should be a pretty safe speed. I actually noticed there's a cop behind us, so I don't want to be going too fast because I don't want to get pulled over for a ticket. Some cars ahead seem to be braking a little bit. There probably is some traffic up ahead, so Tesla has adjusted speed from 69 down to 58 miles an hour. Some slight braking or medium braking from the Tesla Autopilot system, slowing down to follow this car in front of us. Now we're down to 34 miles an hour and just pacing it. That braking sequence wasn't actually too bad. It wasn't too heavy and it wasn't too late either, like some other Tesla braking sequences, as we'll call it. Slowing down to 16 miles an hour, just pacing this car in front of us. Nag timer just went off, so I just went ahead and hit the right scroll wheel. As you may or may not be able to see, I did cover the camera inside. I noticed it was definitely flagging a lot more often than normal, probably because it was recognizing that I wasn't either looking ahead or I was looking down, and so the nag timer just kept going off. So definitely buy an accessory or just use some tape to cover the camera if you do get annoyed at the system. I wonder if Tesla is going to make that part of their software where if the camera can't see anything, you won't be able to throw it into autopilot. That would actually be pretty interesting. So I didn't get full self-driving in this Model Y that I just purchased pretty recently because I've been waiting and waiting. I got full self-driving on my old 2019 Model 3 Performance, and I waited for about 18 months, or I owned the car for 20 months, and really none of the actual full self-driving beta features or actual features actually released. And finally, when it did release about 6 months before I sold the car, it was only released to like a select number of people, so I wasn't able to test it. So basically, I decided to not get the full self-driving package or the $10,000 full self-driving package on this Model Y, and I just opted to wait for the subscription because I figured I'm not necessarily I don't plan to keep this car for too long. So I figure if I can just get the full self-driving subscription, pay the couple $100s a month that it's most likely going to be at, and then just maybe make content using that instead. To see if it actually makes sense. It seems like you guys like these autopilot videos. It got actually a pretty decent amount of views, so it might make sense to actually do the same thing and pay for the full self-driving subscription if it does pencil out with paying the subscription off of the views. So let me know what you guys' thoughts on that. Hopefully the subscription is going to be about $200 to $300 a month, or maybe even $400 a month. So maybe it'll make sense with the views, but it might not actually. I wonder if Tesla's going to be able to make it where you can sign up for the subscription for 1 week, cancel it the next, and then just keep like flip-flopping based upon your need or use, like a prorated billing process. Or will the subscription be like you have to sign up for a year all at once, or a month all at once, or even like 6 months, a few months all at once? A month-to-month contract for subscription would actually be pretty interesting, because then people would just be able to try it, see if they like it, and then cancel it right away if they don't. Slowing down completely to a crawl now. It looks like traffic is definitely back in the Los Angeles area, especially morning traffic. So I submitted to get the carpool stickers right when I got the car in April, and I still have yet to receive any sort of notification on whether my check has been deposited or it's being mailed. So probably I'm not going to get them for another month or so. And thankfully this year the color of the sticker is blue, which actually kind of matches the color of this car. So I have to figure out where I'm going to want to put those stickers on the car, maybe on the glass, or like right next to the license plate would be okay, I think. And of course, right as I mentioned that I have the newest update, there is another update that just came down. It looks like it's 2021.4.18.2. So I'm going to throw on my hotspot and then try and download it on the way down so we can install it when we get down there. All right, so I just went ahead and connected my Tesla to the hotspot, and it's downloading the software update right now. A little bit of braking right now, down to 20 miles an hour. It looks like there's traffic here. I should get into the right lane because it seems to be going a lot faster, but these cars are going pretty quickly, so I don't have enough time to throw it out of autopilot just yet. I would say Tesla braking has definitely gotten smoother over all the different updates, but I might be actually used to it now, so it might not be as severe as I would used to feel it was before. Okay, so we seem to have exited some of the traffic now, increasing speed to about 85 miles an hour. Looks like there's another Tesla Model Y in front of us that we're closing the gap on. And seems to be no traffic in this area as we increase speed. This used to be a construction zone, but now all the construction is passed and the lanes are pretty clear. There is an HOV lane here that they haven't opened up just yet. So hopefully I'm waiting for that because that would actually alleviate some of this traffic in this area as well. Nag timer just went off. There's definitely some big cars and trucks around us, and of course this truck wants to just come into our lane. I don't know how people drive these huge ass trucks, but it definitely, you get a better vantage point and you can kind of just weave all around the cars as you please. Can't wait for the Cybertruck to come out, because then hopefully I'll be that high as well, and then I should be able to navigate the traffic as nicely. And with the instant acceleration, it's definitely going to be a pretty cool ride. All right, so now the nag timer just went off, but it's not accepting my scroll wheels. So this is the first time, and probably we've been driving for about 30 minutes now. So that's pretty good that it only did that once, but it seems to be happening a lot more these days just because they've activated the camera in the cabin. Going about 67 miles an hour now, just staying in this lane. There's cars in front of us. There's a car to the right. We are about to enter our only construction area zone on this drive. And the conditions today are pretty okay for the Tesla camera systems. It's not too bright, I would say. There is some haze, so hopefully some of that haze is refracting some of the light and spreading it evenly across. So the cameras should easily be able to see exactly in the front and the rear. I just turned on the cameras to our side, our left side, our right side, and the rear. You can see it's pretty clear right now, so it should have no problem navigating this construction area zone. All right, so about to enter the construction area zone now. We're in the all the way left lane. There's some concrete barriers on this lane to the left, so that should be able to help guide the Tesla Autopilot system through it. Certainly some cars all around us, which will also help as well. You can see the lane markings are pretty rough, and there's bumps, and there's a lot of lane markings that go to the left, which can confuse the Autopilot system with the concrete lines. Going about 64 miles an hour now. You can see some of these cars in front of us are also confused with the area. There's a pothole right there on the left that we just went over. And there's another one right there. Unfortunately, Tesla Autopilot system doesn't know how to navigate around those. So we just went right over those potholes. It seems to be doing pretty fine right now, just going 64 miles an hour and pacing these cars in front of us. There's some lane markings that go to the right now, but we're staying in this lane. Just Tesla's doing a pretty fantastic job. The nag timer just went off, probably because it's having a little bit of trouble, so I want to make sure that we are paying attention completely. We're just hanging in this lane now, in the center of the lane. It is detecting these concrete barriers on the left side, and as we hang to the right to make this right sloping turn, and then there's going to be another turn to the left where Tesla can sometimes freak out just a little bit. It's detecting that this car in front of us is not necessarily staying in the lane as well, and so now we are hanging to the left. We're hugging pretty close to the right side of this lane, but we were able to navigate that area pretty well. We increased speed a little bit to 66 miles an hour, and it seems like the traffic has certainly let it up a little bit, so we're out of the thick of the traffic from behind us. Now we're increasing speed to 80 miles an hour, so this is probably where I'm going to go ahead and end it, guys. Thanks for watching another video on my Tesla Autopilot experience in morning rush hour traffic. Hit that like if you enjoyed the video, and comment below if you have any questions on the Tesla Autopilot system, or if you have any questions on buying a Tesla Model Y or Model 3. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!